Let me start with a simple question. If money really bought happiness, shouldn't the U.S. be the happiest place on earth? Except it's not. We just dropped out of the top 20 happiest countries for the first time ever. And what's strange is this. Incomes are higher, markets have been strong, we have more comfort and convenience than any generation before us. Yet anxiety and burnout are at all-time record highs, especially among high-performing professionals. People who on paper are doing everything right. And December tends to surface that truth. The year slows down, the calendar forces honesty, and a lot of people quietly ask themselves, was this year actually worth it? Not financially, but personally. Today, I want to talk about one of the biggest traps I see around money, especially at year end. Money, it's an incredible tool, but a terrible destination. In this episode, I'm going to break down why more money doesn't automatically lead to more fulfillment, and the 4 ways I see people use money to actually build a life that feels good heading into 2026. And a quick note before we dive in, if you like thoughtful, no-fluff conversations about money and life, hit that subscribe button and the bell below. All right, let's get into it.
Brought to you by Julius Wealth Advisors.
They say money doesn't buy happiness, but let's be honest, it definitely rents it for a while. The real question is, how long does the lease last? I'm not here to tell you money doesn't help. It absolutely does. If you ever worried about bills, emergencies, or putting food on the table, you know money buys peace of mind. That's real. But here's where the story flips. Research shows happiness does rise as income rises. But after a certain point, that curve flattens. Translation: the first few pay raises change your life. The next few mostly change your tax bracket. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. When you finally hit that number, the one you thought would make you feel secure, successful, maybe even unstoppable. You look around. Wait, is that it? I see this all the time. A client makes partner, gets the bonus, buys the car, moves to the bigger house, and then, a month later, they feel empty. Except now, the bills are bigger. So they grind harder, not because they need the money, but because they're chasing a feeling that doesn't scale. Once your basics are covered, the return stops being financial and starts being psychological. Economists call it decreasing marginal utility. But you don't need a textbook to understand it. It's not about how many zeros are in your account. It's about what those zeros let you do with your time, your energy, and your relationships. 3 things money can't buy, yet often bring the most joy. So here's the play. Money buys options, but options don't equal happiness unless you use them intentionally. Once your bills are paid, happiness stops being a math problem. It becomes a mindset problem. And that's what's showing up everywhere. We've got DoorDash, Wi-Fi on planes, cars that drive themselves. Yet we're less content than generations who had to crank their windows. Because wealth can buy comfort, but not connection. convenience, but not meaning, choices, but not clarity. Money matters. It's an important piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole puzzle. So let's talk about how to use that piece wisely. When we come back, I'll share the 4 ways I see people use money to actually make life better.
Start building wealth by choice, not chance, with Julius Wealth Advisors. At Julius Wealth Advisors, your progress and your gains are our measure of success. Experience personal attention to every detail. We create strong financial plans, use time-tested investment strategies, and offer personal coaching to navigate life's inevitable turns. At Julius Wealth Advisors, we provide clients with a concierge experience in a boutique environment. Join us and let our experts guide you on a collaborative path to financial freedom with sound money management principles. Develop your tailored wealth playbook and help secure your financial future. Start strong with Julius Wealth Advisors. Visit juliuswealthadvisors.com or call 201-408-4644. Email info@juliuswealthadvisors.com. Julius Wealth Advisors, where building wealth is by choice, not chance.
You can have the car, the house, the income, and still feel empty because money isn't the trophy, it's the tool. As we close out 2025, I want you thinking less about what you earned and more about how you want to live in 2026. I've seen 4 plays that separate people who look wealthy from people who actually feel wealthy. So let's walk through them. Play number 1, buy back time. This is the first level of real wealth, when money gives you control over your schedule. Fewer have-tos and more want-tos. When you stop trading every single hour for income, time starts working for you instead of against you. Here's what that looks like in real life. I see families earning great money, but dinner feels rushed, weekends feel chaotic, and everyone's always behind. Then they make one change. They outsource one thing they don't enjoy doing. They protect 2 evenings a week. They stop saying yes to everything. And suddenly, life feels lighter. That's not laziness. That's intentional wealth. Your bank account can't create more time, but it can buy back the hours you're wasting on the wrong things. Play number 2, experiences over things. Quick question. What do you remember more vividly? The last big thing you bought or the last great experience you had? Money buys comfort, but experiences build connection. Stuff depreciates, stories appreciate. I've never had a client tell me they regret the trip they took with their kids. I've had plenty tell me they barely remember the upgrade that they stressed over. Buy chapters, not trophies. Play number 3, sleep well money. This one doesn't sound exciting until you realize it's the difference between sleeping through the night and staring up at your ceiling at 2 a.m. Emergency reserves, insurance, thoughtful planning. Most people think peace of mind comes from returns. It doesn't. It comes from knowing that if something breaks, financially or personally, you're covered. When that's in place, you stop living in defense mode and can finally play offense. Peace of mind isn't about how much you have, it's about how much uncertainty you've removed. And play number 4, generosity and meaning. This is the final level most people never reach, when wealth shifts from accumulation to impact. Giving reconnects you to purpose. It reminds you money isn't meant to stop with you, it's meant to flow through you. And the irony, The people who give the most freely are usually the ones who feel the richest. So let's put this into perspective. Picture two people. One looks incredible on paper. Money, status, stuff. But underneath, stress, disconnection, and exhaustion. The other lives more simply, but has time, health, and peace. One wins on paper, the other wins in life. Money builds net worth, meaning builds life worth. There's a story from the football field that captures this better than anything else. And that's where Bonos comes in.
Get your money right. If you got the appetite. Get your money right. If you want to get another insight. When Big was setting the score, but there's something that I gotta tell you, Bonos.
Sometimes the boldest move isn't signing the next contract. It's walking away from the wrong one. Bo knows greatness isn't about what you earn. It's about what you're willing to protect. Football season is in full swing, and seeing the Colts back in the mix recently got me thinking about one of the most talented quarterbacks of our era, Andrew Luck. Even if you're not a huge football fan, here's why he matters. He was the first overall pick, 4 Pro Bowls, comeback player of the year. He had the talent, the intelligence, the leadership, everything you'd want to build a dynasty around. He was destined to be a legend. But his body paid the price. Shoulder injuries, kidney issues, concussions. In 2017, he missed an entire season. Then, at just 29 years old, he retired. Millions left on the table. Endorsements, legacy, a Hall of Fame trajectory. Paused forever. And when he stepped away, he said something that stuck with me ever since. The cycle of injury and pain had taken the joy out of the game. He wasn't willing to sacrifice his health, his sanity, or his family just to keep chasing a scoreboard that no longer matched his purpose. That's a decision very few athletes and very few high performers ever have the courage to make. Walking away isn't quitting when you're walking towards your values. As 2025 comes to a close, ask yourself, what does a fulfilled life look like for you? If money were handled, how would you spend your time? And who do you want to be when no one's keeping score? Because if money is the finish line, you'll always feel behind. But if money is the fuel, not the goal, you'll build something that lasts, a life built by choice, not chance. At Julius Wealth Advisors, everything we do is grounded in 3 pillars: integrity, knowledge, passion. If you want help building a financial playbook for 2026, one that aligns your wealth with your values and protects what matters most, visit JuliusWealthAdvisors.com. You can also reach us by phone or email, all in the show notes. No pressure, just a real conversation. Until next time, be smart, be intentional, and keep building your wealth by choice, not chance. I'm Jason Blumstein, and this is The Big Bo Show.
Thank you for tuning in to The Big Bo Show.
Let's take a little flower and turn it into a tree. 'Cause we're harnessing the power that has been passed down centuries. Life in a game,
by Julius Wealth Advisors.